October 11, bro. What actually made what it will look, okay? So we told them initially 4.5 months. Yes, 4.5 months to the duration, but we told that we may extend up to 5 to 6 months. By any upcoming batches, we can get it, can find it. So, bro, one more thing, just listen. So, no need to attend the total access is there. Now, total access now, see, today class is over. Just keep today class at today itself. No, this class will happen at 9 o'clock. Now, most of the class is 9 o'clock. You can watch it by 6 o'clock, but you must complete it by today itself. Like that you can plan. Okay, in that case, you can complete it. Like that way you can plan. Yeah, video is there, okay. In that, maybe you have some problem, maybe you have very ignorant faculty, okay. Like that, we also can plan, okay. So you can try in that way, so okay. Live means difficult, very difficult, okay. Total access now, okay. It feels like late classes, okay. But you should not force for today classes, tomorrow class, tomorrow class, after today class 9 o'clock, you must complete it by today. At any time, it's not a problem, okay? Like that way also you will complete the syllabus, okay? Portal is already coming, so okay, not like live on, okay? Home class portal, I don't know about. Dynamics portal is there. Okay. So you know about videos and one language, not like that. Only English speaking systems, okay?
Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. Happy holidays. You want that only, right? Holidays. Going to home, everyone. Today or tomorrow? Today only. I am also going to home tomorrow. I don't want to go to home. I don't want to go to anywhere now. I just want to take rest. But typical parents scold us. శ్రీకాంత్ వెళ్తున్నా ఇంటికి. టికెట్ బుక్ చేసుకున్నావా? ఎందుకు? పండుగ లేదైంది. మీకు సంక్రాంతి పెద్ద పండుగ కదా. ఎవరున్నారు ఆంధ్ర సైడ్? మీరు ముగ్గురా? ఎప్పుడు వెళ్తున్నారు మరి? హాలిడేస్ రేపటి నుంచి వెళ్ళి. మీరు చూడలే నోటీస్ బోర్డు? హాలిడేస్ రేపటి నుంచి. రేపటి నుంచి మంగళవారం వరకు. ఐ ఆల్సో డోంట్ లైక్. నాకు ఈరోజే తెలిసింది. మార్నింగ్ వచ్చి చూస్తే తెలిసింది. స్క్రీన్ షాట్ కూడా తీసుకున్నా, పిక్ తీసుకున్నా మీకు పంపిద్దామని. ఓకే, డోంట్ ఫీల్ బ్యాడ్ దీపక్. హాలిడేస్ ఆర్ ఫ్రమ్ టుమారో ఆన్వర్డ్స్ టు టిల్ ట్యూస్డే. సో నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ ఆన్ వెన్స్డే. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ ఆన్ వెన్స్డే. టికెట్ బుక్ చేసుకున్నారా? కష్టమేమో కదా దొరకడం ఇప్పుడు. ప్రైవేట్ ట్రావెల్స్ వద్దా? జనరల్గా మీ సైడ్ అన్ని ప్రైవేట్ ట్రావెల్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా. ఎక్కువ అడుగుతున్నారు. ఎంత? 3000. ఫ్లైట్కి వెళ్ళొచ్చు కదా ఆరామ్సే. దాని ఇంకా 1000 రూపాయలు పెడితే ఫ్లైట్కి వెళ్ళొచ్చు. ఈ ఒక్కరోజే ఫ్లో ఎక్కువనా? ఎందుకు రేపు హాలిడేసా? రేపు ఎక్కువ ఉంటుందేమో. ఈరోజు ఎక్కువ ఉందా? సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్ అందరూ ఈరోజు ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్తారు కదా. నైట్ వెళ్ళిపోతారు. సబ్ ఓన్లీ 1 person will be there in entire narration building. Pavan is there. Pavan will be there. వెంకీ నువ్వు ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళట్లే? అయిపోతే వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. రెడీగా ఉన్నావా? వెళ్ళండి. ఎవరైతే ఊరు వెళ్తున్నారో వాళ్ళందరూ మాకు తినడానికి అన్ని తీసుకొని రండి. ఓకేనా? యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ నార్త్ ఇండియన్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. సో సెండ్ దెమ్ టు సమ్ హాస్టల్ ఫుడ్. That is. So this we completed yesterday, right? So the announcement is, tell me Saurav, when is the holidays? Holidays are from 13 to 16. I thought only Monday. But they are giving Monday, Tuesday, tomorrow also. Saturday, Sunday, and this is the last holidays for you. Monday and Tuesday. Enjoy it. Once you get the job, they'll not give this many holidays. Okay, only Saturday, Sunday. You should wait for Saturday, Sunday only. No holidays for that. So this is the longest holidays. Next class on Wednesday. Next class on Wednesday. Those who are going to Andhra side, okay, bring so many snacks to us. Where is money? Srikanth? Money already went. Hospital. No, no. Hey, money, you are in the class or not? Don't expect me, sir. I am not in the class. Exam, okay. He message me. Chalo. Can you find the entropy of only ID column and show me what is the value of that? Entropy of only ID column. Entropy of only ID column. Entropy of ID column. మీరు ముగ్గురు ఒకటే ఊరా విలేజా దగ్గర కడప నువ్వు ఎటు వెళ్ళాలి నువ్వు కృష్ణ దగ్గరే కదా కృష్ణ విజయవాడ మీరు కడపని ఒక కృష్ణ కడప అంటే మహబూబ్నగర్ నుంచి వెళ్ళాలి కర్నూలు డోన్ కడప డోన్ తగలదా వైఎస్ జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి కాన్స్టిట్యూన్సీ సార్ వార్డ్ entropy of ID column. Calculate it. H of ID. H of ID. H of ID. ID divided into how many parts? 14 parts. ID divided into 14 parts. ID divided into 14 parts. First part, second part, third part, fourth part, like so on. 14 parts. Correct, Venki? Every time yes or no calculated, but the logic is either only you will get or no only. Every time. That means every time one will be on, one will be off. Pakka. Correct? There is no possibility you will get yes and no for single ID. Every time either you will get yes, either you will get no. That is the logic you see here in the data. One will give direct answer is what? No. Two will give direct answer is what? No. So then the probability pakka one will be 1 by 1 and 0 only. Either is the highest probability or is the where is the lowest probability. Highest probability or lowest probability. So let's see here h of ID equal to h of 1 plus h of 2 and so on h of 14. But again you need to write weightage value also, that is nothing but weight 1 multiply weight 2 multiply and weight 14. Weight 14. Now weight all weights. Now weight equal to, that means out of 14 observations, now one observation, what is the weightage of that? 1 by 14 only. All are 1 by 14 only. Every weightage is same. Equal weight. All IDs are always have equal weight. Because ID equal to only out of 14 observations, ID number 1 is presented only one time. So what is the weight? 1 by 14. 2 is presented only one time. So what is the weight? 1 by 14, not 2 by 14. 1 by 14. So all weights also equal to same. So I can write like this: W1 equal to W2 equal to W3 and so on. That is equal to W14. So W1 and W2, W3 and W14 is equal to 1 by 14. And similarly, the h of n, h of 1 equal to h of 2 equal to also same, that is same. H of 1, h of 2 H of 14 is same because every time only one will be yes, one will be on, right? So what is the problem? What is the formula generally? Generally the formula is this is P yes, P no. Generally the formula is this is the P yes and P no. But the logic is what happened? Every time one will be on, one will be off. Suppose this will be on, assume that minus 1 will be there. And here also what will be there? Minus 1 will be there. Sorry, 1 will be there. And here what will be there? 0. No will be what happened? 0. 0 multiply with 0. That means every time, every entropy, this is the answer. Every entropy, this is the answer. Agree with me? Every entropy, that is the answer only. Because every ID, either S will be there or no will be there. If 1 is 0, then one term will gone. So only one term will present every time. Either S term will present or no term will present. Whatever it is present, that probability is how much? 1. So this is the term every time. So this is the value. That is the value here. Minus 1 log to 1. Now substitute here H of ID. Now substitute here. When you substitute here, W1, W2, W3, everything is same. That is 1 by 14, everything. That is 1 by 14. That you take common. Then you take common. That you take common. That is, this is minus log to 1 every time. That is the 14 times is same. That is 14 times is same. That means this value you will write 14 times. How many write in times? 14 times you will write. 14 times you will write. This is also 14 times you will write. When you write the term, one term is 14 times, then you can multiply with 14 into. Correct? You can multiply with 14 into. That means this is into 14 times, same term will be there. Same term will be there. That is the same term. That is a 14. 1. So this is the answer now. Then 14, 14 get cancelled. H of ID equal to what will happen remains? Log 1. Minus log 1. Take as minus log 1. But the tricky point is what? Log 1 is approximately how much? 0. So value approximately 0. Then this H of ID is 0. Then what is the gain of ID? Then gain of ID, information gain of ID equal to very, very maximum. That is equal to H of total. H of total minus H of ID. And this is a very, very maximum value. When this is a maximum value, you will miscommunicate yourself. The root node is ID. What you will conclude now? Root node is ID. Root node is ID. When ID is root node, direct answer, no pattern learning. ID is 1, that you know what is the answer, final answer. There is no pattern learning will be not happen. Pattern learning will be not happen. So that's why we'll remove the ID column. That's why we'll remove the ID column. So ID is your leader now. ID is your leader. That's why this explanation you need to explain in the interview. Why you are removing the ID column? Because when ID is presented, you are miscommunicated yourself. ID is the leader. When ID is the leader, there is no pattern learning. Everyone knows one ID, one answer only, na? So how the pattern will learn? So that is the miscommunication will happen. So that's why we will remove the ID. That means ID will bias your result. So that's why this is a very, very important concept you need to explain in the interview. ID column. Can you please confirm the chat? When you apply the ID column, the entropy will be 0. Entropy will be very, very low, you will feel that entropy will very low, means the gain will be very high. Whenever the gain is very high, now that is the what happened? Root node. That is the root node. But whenever ID is root node, there is no pattern learning. The learning will not happen when ID is there, because one ID is the one answer only. That is not dependent any other variables. Direct answer. The ID will never depend on age. ID will never depend on income. ID will never depend on student or whatever it is, right? So that's why whenever you start working on any data set, you should drop the ID column. Suppose you forget to drop the ID column. You forget to drop the ID column. There is the step 4 is there. Step 4, that is called split information ratio. Split information ratio. That is the step 4. Split information ratio. Even though if you get some of the unwanted columns as coming as a root node, the split information ratio will auto correct that. Split information ratio, what will do? Auto correct it. This guy unwantedly getting ID as a root node, so I will do my job. I will avoid that ID as a root node. That is a split information ratio. That is the step 4. Split information ratio. That is split information ratio. Now, split information ratio, this is the formula. You might be confused, this is the formula, but I forget to explain about PPT before going to whenever if you want to read the PPT. Every time I provided information of D. Information of D is nothing but what? Total entropy. It is nothing but what? Total entropy. This is I copied from textbook formula. Total entropy. And this is nothing but information of attribute. A means what? Attribute is nothing but what? Variable. Whenever variable is there, you need to multiply with weightage. Weightage. This is nothing but weightage. Out of total D observations, how many that particular variable observation is there? Data. That is a weightage concept. And gain A is equal to what happened? That is total entropy minus attribute entropy. D is nothing but data. Data, D data set. Okay. You need to take which data set? That corresponding variable data set, right? Like that. Now here we are taking the same thing. We calculated that every calculation, you know, that is every calculation. But I recommend to follow only this. Follow this PDF document and follow this mathematics only. Then you will get clearly understand how it is working. Now that split information ratio, you need to calculate split information that we are calculating that suppose gain ratio, the formula of gain ratio equal to the formula of gain ratio equal to you divided by actual gain, you divided with actual gain by your split information. Split information. That means how that variable is how that variable is splitting. Split information ratio. Split information ratio. That means split information will provide how that particular variable is splitted. How that particular variable is splitted. That is called split information ratio. Which means, look at the screen very carefully. Age is divided into how many parts? 3 parts. One is youth, and another one is middle-aged, and another one is senior. and then you calculated yes and no, then you calculated yes and no, then you calculated yes and no. Entropy of H is depends on now this entropy and this entropy and this entropy, correct? Now, how this age is splitted, youth, middle-aged and senior, you need to calculate the entropy of these three. You need to calculate the entropy of these three, which means, what is the values? First write the values here. 14 observations divided into, that is 5 observations, which is nothing but 5 by 14, and this is 4 by 14, and this is 5 by 14. Now calculated the entropy for this level. Calculate the entropy for this level. So now let's write here. Age is divided into age is divided into three parts. One is youth. So that is nothing but how many observations youth equal to? 5 observations. Then probability of youth equal to 5 by 14. 5 by 14. And similarly, right, other two also. What is the other two? Middle-aged. Middle-aged is divided into 4. That is called P of middle-aged. P of middle-aged is nothing but 4 by 14. And then similarly, senior equal to 5. P of senior equal to that is equal to 4 by 14. Sorry, 5 by 14. Now calculate the entropy for this level. Calculated the entropy for this level. You know that 5 by 14 divided into log of 5 by 14 minus 4 by 14 into log of 4 by 14 minus 5 by 14 into log of 5 by 14. This is nothing but split information. This is called what? Split information. This is called split information. Understood now what is the meaning of split information? It is the split information. That means you will calculate the entropy for lowest level. Split information means where you are splitting the data, there only you will calculate the entropy. So instead of calculating, whatever we calculated here is called normal entropy. Correct. You need to calculate the entropy for at this level. This level you need to calculate. So 2 levels you need to calculate. If you calculate the entropy here, that is nothing but split. That is nothing but split. Here you are calculating the entropy is nothing but that is the entropy of variable. Entropy of variable. So entropy of variable, if you see, entropy of youth, we calculated yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. That is the entropy. Now what we are doing splitting means we are calculating the entropy at which level? Here, this level. There are 2 levels now. One is the splitting level and finally output level. Output level will give the total entropy. Splitting level will give the split information. Split information. No, not is that. Total entropy of age is that. How can you say that? Total entropy of age is again different, no? That is, this is the total entropy of age. Don't use total, just say that entropy of age. Entropy of age, this is the entropy of age. You are calculating the individual entropies. H of youth, H of middle age, H of senior. But this time, splitting entropy. Splitting entropy. So splitting entropy will give what happen? P of youth, P of middle age, P of senior, and this is the splitting entropy. And finally, what you will calculate now? Gain ratio, and whichever is the gain ratio is the highest one, then that is your root node. That is your root node. So there are 4 steps now. Tell me the 4 steps now. Step 1, what is the step 1? What is step 1? Calculate individual variable entropy. Calculate individual variable entropy. And step 2. What is step 2? Calculate total entropy. Calculate total entropy. And step 3. Step 3. Calculate the gain. Calculate gain. Gain is equal to total entropy, H of T, total entropy minus H of variable. H of variable. Then step 4, gain ratio. Step 4, gain ratio. Calculate gain ratio, which is nothing but gain divided by split information. Split information. So step 1, 2, 3 is generally called ID3 method. Method ID3. Step 1, 2, 3 is generally called ID3, iterative dectomizer. ID3. ID3, iterative dectomizer. So we have a drawback of ID column is there. That's why we are going for step 4. Step 4. When you combine this step 4, and this is called C4.5. What is called? C4.5. C4.5. Entropy total. Oh, tell me, you tell me. Always output. Output वालों को yes or no कैसे है? That is called. 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. So there are 2 methods now. What are the method now? ID3. First 3 steps are called ID3. Last, if you include last step is called, that is called what? C4.5. But no one will talk about that. No one will talk about that. C4.5. Only you can remember that. Only you can remember that. Gain entropy concept. Can remember that entropy concept. Entropy concept. One photo ke liye they are doing so much drama. Yesterday onwards, I went to photo studio. Yesterday, I have taken the photo. Yesterday we learned 3 steps. Now today is which step now? Extra step is what added? 4th step. That is the gain ratio. In interview, you need to explain all these 4 steps. How you are calculating all 4 steps. Decision tree is the somewhat big. But again, if you learn decision tree, again random forest is the same concept. Understand? Linear regression is interlinked with logistic regression. Decision tree is interlinked with random forest. So you should not avoid these algorithms. These algorithms are very, very important algorithm, and you need to learn the mathematics. The math is very, very important. So that's why I given everyday assignments. At least one person will practice every day. At least some expectation. At least one person will give back some love to me. That is. But only 15-20 members are giving that. Out of 100 members, gone. No one is doing. That is very bad. But you will realize, when you will realize, information gain is the 3rd step. Information gain is the 3rd step. This is the gain. I'm maintaining right here gain. This gain is the 3rd step. It is what? Gain ratio. This is a gain ratio. We are choosing this step because we are having a what? Drawback. What is the drawback? ID drawback. ID column drawback. First scientists are invented till only step 3 only. And that's why they called, what is the method is called? ID3 method. Okay. Then we implemented one more method that is called, they are called C4.5. You no need to remember also find that is. At least you remember this concept is related to entropy concept. What is the concept? Entropy. Entropy concept. Understood, ma? So next, formula of gain. You are asking formula of gain. Formula of gain is equal to entropy, total entropy minus entropy of variable. I didn't get what is your question. The step 4, gain by gain, that is the gain is there, right? This step 3. This step 3. The step 3 value divided by, just now we done, right? This one, split information. This value. That is. That is the split information. Step 3 value by split information. Okay? Good. Let's do some questions. Decision tree interview questions are there or not. Let's see, are you able to solve that? Essential decision tree interview questions. Still not yet done decision tree. One concept is there, but let's see. What is decision tree algorithm? Will you able to explain decision tree algorithm? Roots, branches, nodes. What is the important thing is the decision tree finding the root node. Finding the root node. Like this. Sunny, wind, falls, that is you do. List down some popular algorithms. One is what? ID3, iterative dectomizer. You won't write it name, you can name it iterative dectomizer. Sorry, I didn't name that. Iterative dectomizer. Iterative dectomizer ID3. What is that ID3? Is nothing but only information gain. After that, what were they implemented? C4.5. That is nothing but what? Gain ratio. That is gain ratio. But first step, second step, which concept you will use? Entropy concept only we will use. What is the formula? Entropy formula only. Where the first three steps or fourth step, entropy concept. Either ID3 or C4.5. And this we will learn now, COT algorithm. That is called Gini index. We will do now. That is a COT algorithm. List down the attribute selection measure used in ID3 algorithm. What you will use? Entropy. Entropy we will use. And next what happen? Information gain. There are two, entropy and information gain. Briefly explain properties of Gini impurity, that we will do that. Now Gini. Explain the difference between COT ID3 algorithm. You know that ID3 algorithm used generally is a entropy, COT algorithm generally Gini. Every question Gini and entropy in other way, correct? Gini and entropy, not that Jenny, Alauddin Jenny. Okay, it is a Gini. Gini, that is. You know that Alauddin Jenny, right? Let's see now algorithm name is called COT algorithm. So we can use decision tree to find the root node by using a entropy method as well as Gini method. Now next is called COT algorithm. COT. So COT algorithm classification. Wow, Venkatesh. How can you know everything, Venkatesh? Classification and regression. T ante చెప్పు వెంకటేష్. ట్రీయా టెక్నికా? క్లాసిఫికేషన్ అండ్ రిగ్రెషన్ టెక్నిక్. పక్కా? COT. Classification and regression technique. That means this algorithm you can use for classification and as well as regression. This algorithm you can use for classification and you can use as regression. And the mathematics, the maths here used is called Gini. Gini index. Gini index. Above that is the information gain technology. That is called entropy is the maths. Correct? Information gain. That is ID3 or C4.5. Both are same. First three steps are ID3. Last step is called C4.5. The mathematics used is called what? Entropy. Here the mathematics is called what? Gini. So Gini will talk about the impurity. So entropy generally, entropy will talk about the randomness. Entropy talks about randomness. Gini will talk about the impurity. How much that has impurity. So less impurity, more valuable. Less impurity, more valuable. Impurity of the variable. Impurity of the attribute. Impurity of the attribute. This entropy. What this entropy ma? Hamja? Which one you want explanation? Entropy. Not getting your question. Entropy concept is over. You won't repeat again entire thing. Students will hit me if I repeat entire thing. Entropy is over, man. But today we calculated. So you join late or what? We covered so much thing today. Saurav, tell me what we covered today. Drawback of ID column. So what we calculated? Entropy of ID. How much is the entropy of ID? 0. So when entropy of ID is 0, what is the gain? Maximum. For that, what we miscommunicated ourselves? Entropy as a root node. So that is what drawback. To avoid the drawback, what is the step 4? Split information. That is nothing but gain ratio. Still step 3, it is a gain. Correct? Now step 4 is what? Gain ratio. Ratio is nothing but something divided, right? Something is divided. What is that something is divided? Gain is divided. Gain is divided by split information. Split information means how your attribute is splitting. How your attribute is splitting, and that values. Here suppose age is divided into 3 parts. Youth, middle aged and senior. So what is the age probability? What is the age probability here? 5 by 14. How you are getting 5 by 14? Out of 14 observations, the youth is divided into 5 parts. 5 observations. That's why 5 by 14, 4 by 14 and 5 by 14. Now calculated entropy for this. Calculate entropy for these 3 values, and that is called what? Split information. That is called split information. And now instead of 3 steps, we added one more step, that is called gain ratio. First 3 steps is called a one algorithm, that is called ID3. And if you included step 4, that algorithm is called what? C4.5. But every algorithm used as entropy as a mathematics. Entropy is the mathematics. Now we are learning one more algorithm. Algorithm name is called what? COT algorithm. In that the mathematics is what? Gini. Can I show clear? Hamza? Clear, right? That is Gini. So Gini index formula 1 minus summation of probability square. Note on that. 1 minus the Gini formula. Tell me, Hamza, is that clear? One minus summation I equal to N P square I. That is equal to I equal to 1 से शुरू होता, that is equal to N, that is equal to I, and that is equal to square. The probabilities. So there are 2 probabilities. There are 2 probabilities. Then the value will become 1 minus summation Pi, P1 square plus P2 square. Here 1, here 2. There are 2 yes or no will be there, suppose. Yes or no will be there. We will write like Gini. Now Gini will become here P S square, probability of S square and probability of no square. Probability of S square and probability of no square. This is called Gini index. Bolo, Deepak, any doubts? Gini index. Don't think like that. S is equal to 0.5, no is equal to 0.5, 1 plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. Probability. Hmm. Probability square. I explained at step 4. For you only I explained just now. Tell me what is your doubt in that? I'm not getting. If you talk about your doubt, then I can discuss because I already explained 2-3 times the same step 4 and still you are asking step 4. Still you are asking step 4. Very clearly. I'm written very clearly here. Age is divided how many parts? You tell me, Hamza. Age is divided how many parts? Do you know that age is divided how many parts? Not 5 parts. Age is divided into 3 parts. One is youth, another one is middle aged, another one is senior. Do you know that? 5, 4, 6. Why 5, 4, 6? 5, 4, 5. Not 6. Then what is the probability of first probability? What is the first probability? 5 by 14. Second probability? 4 by 14. Third probability? 5 by 14. Now do you know entropy formula? Do you know entropy formula? If you want to apply the entropy for these 3, this is of mathematics. Any doubts in this? Any doubts in that entropy? Only this is the final 4 step. Yesterday, have you attended the class? Yesterday we done, right? Till this. These are the step 3. Gain. Once you get the gain, the step 3 value now divided with the split information that you calculated here, right? That you need to divide it. And that is called what? Gain ratio. Understood now? Hmm. Speak loudly, no? Hmm. Whichever is the highest one. Hmm. Hmm. That only, ma. In step 3, this is enough. But what is the drawback in that? ID column. So to avoid that, idea of gain is how much? Maximum. Now idea of split information ratio also will become as maximum. And that by that divided maximum 1 by 1, what happened? Now this value will be more than this value, then total value will be what happen? It will be reduced. Numerator will be highest and denominator will be more highest than the numerator. Then what happen? It will be reduced. That will be happen in the ID column, every column, that is. The split information ratio will be reduced. That is. So we are not doing the calculation. That will take care of Python. But the idea is whichever is the highest gain ratio, and that is the output. Split information ratio will be more value, more than 1 will come. Like that. Maybe 2 or 3 kind of it will come. Then overall what happen? It will be reduced. It will be reduced. That means auto correction. It will be reduced. Then what is the gain ratio for all the columns you will calculate, right? Whichever is the highest one, that is the root node. The same like you calculated for gain for all the columns. and same you will calculate it for ratio for all the columns. That you will calculate. Instead of stopping at gain of the maximum, you are now going to which level now? One more level extra by calculating the gain ratio for all the variables. Okay. Now gain ratio for age will come, gain ratio for income will come, gain ratio for student will come, gain ratio for credit rating will come, gain ratio for ID also will come. In that again, which one is the highest? Automatically ID will be decreased. Understood? Automatically ID will be decreased. That's why scientists are invented this C4.5. Automatically ID will gain ratio will be decreased if you do these steps. Okay? So let's do this now. Let's do this now. Now COT algorithm, that means Gini calculations every time consider 2 parts at a time. 2 parts at a time. 2 parts at a time. What is that meaning? Look at carefully. Now let's go to this income. Income is divided into how many parts? 3 parts. Income is divided into 3 parts. Into 3 parts. The 3 parts, one is the high, and another one is the medium, another one is the low. High and medium and low. Generally, if you apply the set operations of this, high is the one set, medium is the another set, and low is the another set. And tell me another set. High comma medium is the another set, comma medium comma low is the another set, comma what is there? Medium comma high comma low, na? High comma low is the another set. And then next, what is there? One is the empty set. One is the empty set. And one more is the last set is called combination of high, medium, low. For curious, I am asking, what is this set name? What is the name of this set? What is the name of this? Bolo. हाँ. High, medium, low. सेट का नाम क्या है? हाँ, पूरा कॉलम नाम है. उसका नाम है, स्पेसिफिक नाम है. Now tell me this name. This is called power set. Don't forget this simple 10th class maths. This is called what? Power set. The name is. When you add all the values together, that is called power set. Okay. Now, Gini calculations every time take 2 parts at a time. So which parts it will calculate? High, medium, medium, low, high, low. Only these 3 it will consider. These 3 it will consider. High, medium, medium, low, high, low. High, medium, low, high, low. Now again same thing. Suppose income is dividing now. Income is dividing into 3 parts. Income is dividing 3 parts. Note down this income like this diagram. Income is dividing into high, medium, low, high, medium, low. Again, how many observations this is? 14 observations total. High divided how many observations? High 1, 2, 3, 4. Higher 4 are there. And medium 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the 6 are there. And then remaining are there. How many? 4 are there. Again, this is yes and no. This is yes and no. And here also yes and no. And here also yes and no. So yes, no, then yes, no, yes, no. How many yes or how many no are there? High no, yes, yes, 2 yes, 2 no. 2 are there, 2 are there. Then medium, yes, no, 2 yes, 3 yes, 4 yes, 4 and 2. 4 yes and 2. Then low. Low is equal to 1 yes, 2 yes, 3 yes, yeah, 3 comma 1. 3 comma 1. Suppose you are calculating high and medium together. High and medium together. How many now? These together now. These together. Okay. These together you are doing. Again, in that, how many combined yes are there? How many combined no are there? That is equal to. That means total 10 observations are there. Total 10. That is equal to 6 are yes and 4 are no. Suppose if you combine these two, how many total observations are there? 10 are there. But S is how many are there? 7 are there. S is equal to 7 are there. And no is equal to how many are there? 3 are there. Now the probability out of 7, 10, 7 is there. What is the probability? 7 by 10. 7 by 10. And what is this probability? 3 by 10. If you combine these two, okay? If you combine these two, what is the probability? 6 by 10 and 4 by 10. 6 by 10 and 4 by 10. And one more possibility also there, correct? High and low. That means what will come here? Suppose high and low. Let's compare this high and low. High and low. How many observations are there? 8. 8 observations are there. Again, 8 also S is divided and no divided. Now S is equal to how much now? 5. No is equal to 3. 5 and 3. So 5 by 8. 5 by 8 and 3 by 8. Now calculate the Gini for this level. Gini for this level. And Gini for this level. Gini for this level. What more? High and how many observations are there? 4. Low and how many observations are there? Total how many? 8. Now how many S are there? 3 plus 2? 5. Now how many are there? 2 plus 1. How many are there? 3. Out of 8, 5 are there. So 5 by 8 is the probability. Out of 8, 3 observations are there. 3 by 8 is the probability. Let us assume we are calculating the entropy for this level. What is the level of that? Medium and low. This is the medium low level combining together. This is what? High and medium level. Are you following my? Can you please confirm the chat? Following now? Can you please confirm the chat? We are just combining two parts because Carter algorithm Gini calculations are two parts together. How many parts are there? That you will take two parts. So every time it will calculate individual Gini. Every time it will calculate individual Gini. Suppose I'm just copy this. I'm pasting here. So we are calculating assume that calculating a Gini for low and medium. Calculating the Gini for low and medium. Gini of this. Gini of this. Gini of medium and low. What is the formula? Formula is same. This is the formula only. This is the formula only. Now here medium and low, this is the formula, and one more thing is that is P of S and P of no. Now you see here what we calculate. I will just take this answer from this. So low and medium only. Low and medium now it is taking two ways. That is one is called low and medium wala, and what is the remaining wala? A total same formula, ma. Same formula. Total Gini. Total Gini equal to, now Gini you are taking what? Medium and low. Medium and I'm writing low medium. Low and medium. Low and medium. Low and medium. That plus what is remaining now? Gini of high, right? High also remain. Now see, two combinations are one position and another one is another position. Again, what you will write? Weightage. The weight value, weight 1. The weight of low medium. Weight of low medium multiply with the weight of high. Correct? Same formula. Understood? Following that? Now Gini you are calculating. Gini now total Gini. That Gini of particular variable equal to Gini of low medium plus Gini of high. Because there are three parts are there, you are dividing at a time how many parts? Two parts. Low medium is completed means automatically what will remain? High will remain. But whenever you combine, what you need to take care of? Weightage you need to take care of. That's the weightage of high and weightage of low medium. Now come to weightage of low medium. Out of 14 observations, weight of low medium, that is called out of 14 observations, how many observations are there low medium combined? 10 are there. That we can see from the diagram. Out of 14 observations, low medium, how many are there? 10 are there. You see 10 observations. 10 observations out of 14. So what is the weight? 10 by 14. Same concept. Same concept. 10 by 14 is, this is the weightage. And similarly, WH, that is equal to 4 by 14. 4 by 14. Now this Gini medium formula is same formula, that is no change in that formula also. That is same formula. But this time PS, S is equal to how much now here? S is equal to how much here? 7 by 10 and 3 by 10. Write it here. Write it here. G mini medium equal to, that is here 7 by 10 whole square. And here 7 by 10 whole square. Similarly, what is there now here? 3 by 10. This is the Gini for medium low. And similarly, Gini for high. Gini for high. Gini for high. What is remain? 2 by 4. 2 by 4. 2 by 4 and 2 by 4. Yeah, repeating again. Let's see here. First, your income is how many observations are there? 14 observations are there. High, medium, and low. High divided to how many observations? 4. Medium divided into 6. And low divided into 4. Again, yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. So we are concentrating combining 2 at a time. Combining 2. So here we are combining what we combining? Low and medium. When you combine low and medium, this is 6 observations are there. This is how many observations are there? 4. 6 plus 4 how much? 10. That is clear? 10. Now out of 10, S is how many are there? 7. And no is how many are there? 3. Now you are calculating Gini of low, medium, and what is remain now? High. That means this part and this part you are calculating. This part and this part. So total Gini equal to Gini low, medium plus Gini high. Correct? Now that not only that, what we need to do now, multiply with the weightage of that. Now low, medium, how many observations are there? 10 observations are there. Out of how many observations? 14. That's why what is the weightage? 10 by 14. High is how many observations are there? 4 observations out of 14. That is clear. Next, now formula is same. Either it is any formula. What is the formula? 1 minus summation of pi square. The pi is nothing but ps and p no. Whenever you apply the low medium, out of 10 observations, 7 observations are there. That's why 7 by 10. And this is out of no 10 observations, that is 3 observations are there. That is 3 by 10. That is for low and medium. For high, what are the high values? 2 S is there and 2 no is there. That is called 2 by 4 and 2 by 4. Now combine both. The final Gini equal to 10 by 14 divided by this value and similarly 4 by 14 divided by this value. This is the Gini for medium, low and high. Medium, low versus high. Gini for medium, low. LM. I can write LM versus high. LM versus high. Low, medium versus high. This is the entire formula, entire data. Here. So much calculations again. Again, so many calculations. Here, ma? Note down this. Again, another one. Again, another one. Then finally, which is the lowest impurity? That is the splitting point. That is the splitting point. Again, age you need to do. Again, student you need to do. Every column again. That will take care of whom? Python. But this is the calculation you need to do. Same. Please confirm the chat. Did you understood how the Gini calculations will do? Saurav? Done? Understood? Very good. These all the things you need to explain in interview. Then only I will feel happy. Okay. Because decision tree interrelated to random forest. Random forest is a very, very famous algorithm. Random forest is the, you do 1000 times, you do 100 times, you write up many times linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree. If you understood linear, We done very well about linear, right? Then you will know about the logistic. In the logistic, then learn about decision tree. That will redirect to what? Random forest. And remaining algorithms are all small algorithms. Only these algorithms are only very big, and mathematics also huge. Now here is saying that similarly, the Gini index is coming 0.443. You need to calculate it for remaining subsets. Low high is coming 0.48 and remaining is coming what? 0.450. The best binary split is now income is on 0.443. What is 0.443, right? That is called low. Whichever is the coming lowest impurity. Gini talk about what? Impurity. So that is the best one, best split. That is the best split. Now you keep on doing this task till you will get the final one. So now there is one concept is called parameters and hyperparameters. One concept is called what? Parameters. Parameters versus hyperparameters. Hyperparameters. Parameters is nothing but parameters are the constraints changed by algorithm itself. Algorithm itself. No manual intervention. No manual intervention. No manual intervention. Suppose, for example, in linear regression, that beta 1 values, beta 1 value and beta 2, sorry, beta 1 and beta 2 and so on. That is the coefficients. Coefficients are developed by algorithm itself. By algorithm itself. This is called parameters. This is called parameters. This is called parameters. But to find the parameters, there are so many methods are there. There are many methods are there. One is OLS method is there. Maximum likelihood method is there. Gradient descent method is there. In that, which method you are choosing, that is depends on user choice. And that is called hyperparameter. So hyperparameters are the parameters user can change by himself. Hyperparameters. So parameters means developed by algorithm itself. Hyperparameters means user will choose. In Python, it will give 3 options. Now, which one option you want to choose? That is called hyperparameter. So hyperparameters choose by user. Parameters defined by algorithm. Hyperparameters defined by user. Now in decision tree, in decision tree, if you want to choose entropy to find the root node, there are two methods are there. What are the two methods? One is entropy concept is there. Entropy concept is there, and another one is Gini is there. This is selected by whom? User. These are called hyperparameters. These are called what? Hyperparameters. Understood? Now, which method will give the best output? That is called, we call hyperparameter tuning. We call hyperparameter tuning. Model will take default some algorithm. Maybe that is a good algorithm, bad algorithm, we don't know. But user can apply, right? Okay, because of entropy, I am getting this. Gini is giving good. So in Python code, what he will do? He will change as a parameter as Gini. That means you are putting that as Gini. You are putting that. Now let's come to here. Look at here. Decision tree. sklearn. Decision tree sklearn. Decision tree classifier. You see your criteria, what is there? Default what it will take? Gini. If you don't like Gini, what you will write here? You will write entropy. You don't like what you will write here? Who are changing the entropy? User. That's why Gini and entropy are what are called? Hyperparameters. In the function call, whatever user can change, that all are called what? Hyperparameters. If you tune this, maybe if you give that depth equal to 5, maybe you will get better result. Maybe you will provide, instead of Gini, you will provide what? Entropy. Maybe you will get better result. You will opt for that. And this technique is called what? Hyperparameter tuning. The technique is what? Hyperparameter tuning. Tune, radio tune. You will put the tune, right? When you tune, what happen? It will give the, avoid the noise. Same way, to get the better result, we will tune our model. We will tune our model. That technique is what called hyperparameter tuning. Very, very important concept. Parameters versus hyperparameters. Every algorithm has its own hyperparameters. At least you need to say 2, 3. At least you need to say 2, 3. What is hyperparameters for linear regression? What is for logistic regression? What is for decision tree regression? Everything they will ask you the question. At least tell me 2 hyperparameters. Hyperparameters are very easy. You can just find in the function call itself. Whatever the function call parameters all are called what? Hyperparameters, and the meaning also will be dictated here, everything. At least you need to remember 2 for every algorithm. That is your job. Understood? Definitely he will ask you what is the hyperparameter tuning meaning. You tell me. You studied, right, linear regression. That is your job. You need to think and you need to show me. This is the hyperparameters. That is only the assignment for you now onwards. Every algorithm once completed, you need to think and you need to talk to me that this is hyperparameter. Is this correct or wrong? Then I will tell you that is a hyperparameter or not. At least you need to think, right? Every algorithm you need to think. What is algorithm defining? What is user defining? Simple. Understood? So decision tree is completed, ma? I should have completed. If tomorrow class is there, we will complete 2 more algorithms tomorrow. But again, it is delaying. Chalo. Decision tree is very, very important. Which one? Bolo, what is hyperparameter tuning first? Why itna confusion हो रहा है सौरभ? That only, I am giving definition. I am giving a definition is what? Clearly I mentioned here. Read it. Parameters are constraining change by. First line is clear. What is second line? No manual intervention. For example, linear regression, what you are able to find? Beta 1, beta 2 developed by algorithm itself, correct? But choosing algorithm is user defined. Algorithm itself a hyperparameter, because to find the parameters, how many methods are there? OLS method is there, MLA method is there, gradient reduced method. Which method you will work better? Who knows? That's why you will choose the best one, no? That is called tuning, hyperparameter tuning. In decision tree, entropy is the hyperparameter, Gini is the hyperparameter, and that they defined here criteria. That they defined here criteria. Understood? So this now onwards you need to think what parameters are user changing in the algorithm. Understood? Chalo ma. Thank you so much. See you on Wednesday. Happy holidays. Enjoy it. I don't like at all holidays, but at least this is the last holidays for your life. Once you get the job, no holidays after that.